Can Cardano pull off a 100x price move still? Is that still in the cards? I know Cardano's already done 100x. I've been talking about Cardano on this channel since November 2017 when it was 2.5 cents. We've gone up 100x since then. In fact, 100x just in this bull market cycle alone. It's been pretty gosh darn crazy. But can we expect another 100x out of Cardano? Is that even in the realm of possibility? And what is a realistic price expectation for Cardano, and how the heck does it get there? Well, in this video, I'll be breaking all of that down for you. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing, so if that is a topic that you would like to learn some more about, make sure you subscribe to the channel, gently tap on that thumbs up button, just for the YouTube algorithm, and click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. By the way, if you are a cryptocurrency trader, then you need to have yourself an account over on Bybit. It is the best exchange for longing and shorting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and loads of other top altcoins. You can even get 0% fees if you're a market maker on their spot markets. Use the link down below in the description to start your account, and you can get up to $600 in trading bonuses when starting your account over on Bybit. Okay, now let's go ahead and jump into this topic. And before we get into the hopium, right, the hardcore price prediction stuff, I wanted to just take a real quick second to just make you aware of something that happens if you're a new investor to the cryptocurrency markets. You haven't seen this stuff play out before. What often happens is a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of effect when we have major launches of protocol upgrades that come. Now, it doesn't always happen. Ethereum's EIP 1559 upgrade was actually a super bullish protocol upgrade that sent the price going higher. However, we could see a buy the rumor, sell the news effect coming in for the smart contract launch on Cardano. Now, there's some people who don't think this is going to happen. Smart contract launching is just too bullish. We're going to see a massive amount of liquidity flowing in, loads of projects launching. It's going to be totally crazy, mega bullish. Cardano is going to continue to moon. That may be the case. But more often than not, what we see is a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. Now, this is important because if you have no Cardano right now and you're thinking about buying at the all-time highs, I mention this because you could get better buying opportunities coming up in the not-so-distant future. If you're a bag holder, well, get ready for a bit of turbulence after the smart contract launch. May not happen, it may not play out, but it's something to have on your radar. Here's what happened when staking launched on Cardano. So a big run-up. This is, coming a few months in advance. We started to see big price moves. We saw a massive price move, which is about 3 weeks out from the launch of staking. That is about 3 weeks out right now for the launch of smart contracts. We saw basically the day before staking launched a big final just blow off right here. And then the price, of course, came back down. Over the next few weeks, the price of Cardano went down by 56%. Now, this actually coincided with a time where the rest of the market was pumping like crazy. Bitcoin started a big pump right around the same time. Ethereum started a big pump right around the same time. DeFi summer really kicked off with a lot of assets like Chainlink and Aave, etc., really pumping around this time. So Cardano went against the grain of the market after this major protocol upgrade. Again, I'm not saying that's definitely what's going to happen, but just something to have on your radar. You could get better buying opportunities coming up after the launch of smart contracts. There's no guarantees, obviously, but it is something for you to keep in mind. Okay, now, you're not here for me to talk about short-term price corrections that might come. You want the moon talk. We're going to do the moon talk, guys. That's what we're here for. The moon talk. So what's a realistic price target for Cardano long term? Say towards the end of the decade. And I want to mention, it's mega hard to try to make any kind of realistic price expectations on the cryptocurrency market. It's literally an entire new asset class. It's very exciting seeing what's going on in the cryptocurrency markets. But zooming out 10 years, gosh, where are we going to be in 10 years with the crypto? The adoption is going to be insane. It's just going to be totally nuts. Now, if, just as some numbers here to give you some ideas what we're talking about, a 4x pump for Cardano That would give us the same market cap that Ethereum has right now. That brings you up to around $10 per ADA. Now a 10x price pump, that would give ADA the same market cap as Bitcoin has right now approximately. So that would be around $28 per ADA. That's around $1 trillion market cap. That would be pretty damn impressive if we can get it up there. But maybe we should be thinking beyond crypto, maybe just comparing it to where crypto is now. You know, we're talking about assets that are still in price discovery, Bitcoin still in price discovery, Ethereum still in price discovery, Cardano still in price discovery. Maybe we should talk about some more established assets. And okay, I guess Apple's still kind of in price discovery too, but you know, it's been around a lot longer. It's much more established as an asset. So Apple as a company, 2.4, almost 2.5 trillion. I'm just going to say $2.4 trillion market cap. That's pretty impressive. If we see Cardano reach that same level, if it can get up to the market cap of Apple, the world's highest valued company, that would be $50 per ADA. Now, we talk about Bitcoin getting up to reach the market cap of gold, which is around $10 trillion. Bitcoin's gold 2.0. It's a commodity. Things like Ethereum and Cardano, those are different beasts. They have those commodity elements built into them, but they're also networks. They're also settlement platforms, and on and on and on. There's so much going on these platforms, and for Cardano, after smart contracts launch, there'll be a lot going on as well. So I really feel like this is perhaps a better area to be taking a look at. Now, hey, just for reference as well, I do believe that Ethereum is going to reach a market cap of around a similar or even more higher market cap than Apple has over the next few years. Right, I see that happening. And one thing we've talked about before when I've made Ethereum price prediction videos is that we're going to have a $15,000 to $20,000 Ethereum when that happens. That does not factor in, of course, the effects of burning Ethereum of EIP 1559 over the next 10 years. How is that going to impact the price when Ethereum becomes deflationary and we're burning millions of Ethereum potentially per year by the end of the decade? We could see a unit price much higher than $15,000 to $20,000, although the market cap may still only be, $2.4, $3 trillion, for example. Now, currently, there is no burn mechanism for Cardano, although it does have a fixed supply with a deflationary curve in terms of emissions over time. So there's that to factor in as well. It does have that hard cap, much like Bitcoin does. But, food for thought. Food for thought right there. Now, we promised 100x price predictions, so can we get a 100x price for Cardano? Probably not. Sorry. Probably not. And that's not Lark being all bearish. Like, come on, guys. 100x for Cardano? It's a $9.2 trillion market cap. That is 4 times larger than all cryptocurrencies combined right now. That's the equivalent of like 3.5 apples. That's overly optimistic, I would say. I think our 25x by the end of the decade, that's a pretty bullish target, to be honest. And even that, we'll see how things play out, but maybe that's too optimistic. Maybe it's not quite optimistic enough, but 25x, man, I feel like that's, considering the current market cap, a pretty damn bullish estimate, to be honest. 100x, that's a bit too crazy. I mean, not in the 2020s, at least, in an inflationary world with monetary insanity, central banks. I mean, long term, who the heck knows what's going to happen? But let's just, for a relatively reasonable time frame, let's talk about a 25x, not a 100x. And look, I just want to be clear here. I'm not singling Cardano out. Lark's not a Cardano hater. Man, I made so much money on Cardano. I love Cardano. Why wouldn't I love Cardano? It has made truckloads of money for me over time. But I also don't see a 100x move happening for Bitcoin, and I also don't see a 100x move happening for Ethereum. Bitcoin, at this stage, I mean, what are we hoping for by the end of the decade? I mean, if we get a 10x move, that brings us up to the market cap of gold approximately. That's a $500,000 Bitcoin. If we get a 20x, wow, 20x for Bitcoin, that's crazy. That's your $1 million Bitcoin, of course. Possible. Possible, but I mean, 100x, come on, man. That's a $100 trillion market cap by the end of the decade. That ain't happening. And I'm bullish on Bitcoin. You guys know I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Talking about it all the time on the channel. Ethereum, same deal. 100x for Ethereum. Right now, that'd be a $38 trillion market cap. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 10x, yeah. $3.8 trillion market cap. That would be pretty crazy. Pretty big numbers we start talking about here. You got to realize how much money is required to come in at that point to get us higher, right? A lot of people fail to understand just how big the market caps of some of these things are. I mean, when you see a coin move from $1 million to a $2 million market cap, it's a 100% move. When you see it move from $1 million to 100 million, it's a 100x move. That's crazy stuff right there. Great gains to be had. That's why low caps are so good. But the amount of money required to move something from $1 million to a $100 million market cap is exponentially lower than the amount of total money required to move something from $100 billion market cap, which is what Cardano is close to now, up to $1 trillion market cap. Requires a lot of money to come in. To get it up to a $10 trillion market cap, like, that's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. That would require so much money to have come into the crypto markets. It's just not realistic. Now, if we are going to talk about a 25x for Cardano, well, what's it need to do that? Well, first, of course, we have to talk about market share. Where's Cardano at right now? Well, because there are no smart contracts, Cardano lacks market share on basically all of the key metrics, which obviously when smart contracts launch, we should see all these things starting to pick up pretty quickly. We know how fast stuff can move in crypto. And look at Polygon. The total value locked went from like bugger all to billions in the matter of a couple of months. Avalanche saw a new platform launch this week called Benqui. It went from $0 to $1 billion locked in just a few days. Things move really, really fast. But right now, Cardano total value locked in DeFi, $0. Daily NFT sale volume, negligible, virtually, again, bugger all. Daily transactions. So how many transactions a day are happening on Cardano? 82,000. 2 million total Cardano addresses right now. Pretty crazy stuff. As a comparison, the leader right now is Ethereum. Total value locked, $114 billion. Daily NFT sale volume in Ethereum, over $100 million. Daily transactions on Ethereum, 1.2 million. 166 million total addresses on Ethereum. That doesn't mean 166 million users. It could be 30, 40, 50 million users, because a lot of people have multiple addresses, but still gives you a good indication of the growth of the network. Obviously, Ethereum also has the first mover advantage. It's doing the move fast and break things approach versus the go slow and do the academic research approach. Right now, Ethereum has near universal acceptance of Ethereum and of the ETH token standard on exchanges. So you can deposit your ERC20 tokens to most exchanges, but the majority of exchanges will not accept a wide range of tokens from other blockchains, which has been a major adoption barrier for a lot of these different blockchains. So think about those numbers. Realize that Cardano right now is at the starting line. Well, they're going to be at the starting line on September 12th. Then have to build up there. So we're talking about just to try to cover the distance to catch up to where Ethereum is right now. Cardano's got a lot of work to do. And if it was just Ethereum versus Cardano and the epic battle of only two smart contract platforms, well, it would be a much clearer conversation to have in terms of capturing market share, capturing total value locked, all this stuff. But we've got the BINANCE Smart Chain, we have Polygon, we have Solana, we have Terra, we have Avalanche, we have Zilliqa, we have Elrond, we have Polkadot, and on and on and on. There's dozens of blockchains. A few only, which have really kind of made it big, but they're all out there looking for market share. And some of these guys, they are further ahead right now in terms of building out their ecosystems. Avalanche, right now, big total value locked, growing all the time. Binance Smart Chain, big total value locked, growing all the time. Polygon, Solana, these guys are all doing great stuff right now. We have upcoming platforms like Elrond and Polkadot, which are promising to do some really great things that are getting a lot of people in those communities really, really excited. I believe, of course, in a multi-chain future. There's not going to be one blockchain to rule them all. Again, this is not Highlander. I am not a chain maximalist. I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I'm not an Ethereum maximalist. I'm not an Elrond maximalist or anything else. There's space for everybody to succeed. But within that, there will be a leader. Right now, Ethereum is the leader by far. We have the rest of the pack following behind that are also getting some pretty big levels of adoption, but it makes you realize that there's a strong competition on for users. A lot of these guys have good platforms, good user experience. Cardano, now coming into the game, they've got a lot of catch-up work to do. Not to say they can't do it. I'm just stating the fact that right now, they've got a lot of catch-up work to do. Now, if Cardano can reach parity, just parity with where Ethereum is right now, that would only be a 4x gain, assuming, of course, that the price follows along with the metrics, the total value locked, with the value transferred and all that stuff. That'd be a 4x gain. That would bring us up to a Cardano price of around $10 per ADA. It's hardly the 25x that is possible, I think, by the end of the decade for Cardano if they just fire on all sort of cylinders here, get everything right. They need to go above and beyond to really shine. And what is required to do that? Well, broad adoption for one. Right now we have 2 million wallet addresses for Cardano. You probably need to see that up around maybe 1 billion, maybe 500 million. Right now, of course, Ethereum, with a market cap of $380 billion, they've got 70 million addresses. Cardano's got a lot of space to cover once again here. Now, country level adoption with partnerships in places like Ethiopia, sure, that could really help bump up the numbers here for Cardano, but you really need some broad adoption to get up to that kind of market cap, a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. Of course, Cardano also needs to build things that are freaking useful. So people have got to want to use the chain. They've got to want to come in and do things on Cardano. We're probably talking needing to see 5 million transactions a day, maybe more on Cardano. We're just talking about the kind of economic activity that is going to produce enough demand for the ADA tokens to drive the price this damn high. Right now, 82,000 transactions a day. Again, this is pre-smart contract era. So we're talking about basically a blockchain that's at the starting line or about to get to the starting line and then start building out this. And then, of course, we'll see how quickly the adoption moves for them. And you're probably going to want to see something like $100 billion a day in total value transferred across the Cardano blockchain. Ethereum right now, $25 billion a day. We'd probably also want to see something like $500 billion to $1 trillion locked in DeFi on Cardano. Again, to get that 25x return from the current price of Cardano. But is all that enough to reach Apple levels of success? One of the most successful companies in the history of the world, literally the highest valuation company in the world right now. Well, what the heck made Apple so damn successful in the first place? One, products that people can't live without and are willing to pay a premium for. Right now, Ethereum has that. People complain about the gas fees, but people are willing to pay the gas fees, those that can do. People say NFTs are too expensive. Yeah, but people want them. People can't live without them. People go crazy for getting these NFTs and paying thousands and thousands of dollars for them. Sure, Cardano will bring that stuff in, but will they be the products that people can't live without and are willing to pay a premium to get? Easy to use. This is, of course, an area where Cardano can step up, where a lot of other blockchains are still not massively user-friendly. I mean, there's a real learning curve when it comes to crypto. Managing your keys is a pain in the butt. Doing token bridges from one chain to another is also a pain in the butt. Having to try to get things from a centralized exchange which doesn't support, let's say, the Cardano blockchain, because they don't support a lot of blockchains. Let's say you're trying to get a stable coin out, you got to move from one place to another, and it's a pain in the butt, man. We need to have easier to use products. That's an opportunity for Cardano to really shine. Of course, one of the things that Apple's always done as well is just have damn better products. So you have to ask yourself the question, is the Cardano of September 12th, when smart contracts go live, is that better than what Ethereum 2.0 is going to be? Ethereum 2.0 is going to be more scalable than Cardano of September 12th. Solana, right now, it's dirt cheap to use. It's way more scalable than Cardano is proposing to be. I mean, Solana is what, 50,000 transactions a second or something like that? Super user-friendly experience, great DeFi products, massive backing from the FTX exchange, and it's their billionaire owner. There's a lot of good products already in the market. So that's something to keep in mind. Staying ahead of the competition. This is something that Apple was able to do really well. Obviously, Ethereum continues to stay ahead of the competition. We see a lot of other blockchains continuing to innovate in interesting areas. And in this situation, Cardano's academic approach may actually be a hindrance. Yes, we're going to get a very, very nice, beautiful, polished, sexy-looking blockchain, but is it too slow in terms of moving the technology forward all the time? I mean, it's taken us 4 years to get smart contracts. Time, of course, will tell if Cardano can have that Apple moment and really, truly stay ahead of the competition. Of course, it helps having a charismatic leader. Steve Jobs obviously was a big deal in moving Apple to where they are today. We have Vitalik in Ethereum. We have Charles on Cardano. We have Gavin on Polkadot. These guys are all characters. These guys, of course, all also used to work together, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, we've definitely got the personalities nailed down. I think any of these guys could be a Steve Jobs-like sort of character. So they definitely have the capable frontmen for these blockchains, including Charles, who of course is a very good speaker and who is really able to convey the vision of what Cardano is building in an easy to understand way. So definitely is an important part here. And I think you see a lot of other blockchains that have suffered because they don't have anybody who can translate the vision of what the heck they're doing. Innovation. Apple and the iPhone, Apple and the iPod, Apple and a lot of other things that they have done. Will the Cardano blockchain be innovational enough to matter when we have a world where we have Solana, when we have a world where we have Polygon, when we have a world where we have Ethereum, and all these other blockchains, and Avalanche, and Terra, and all this stuff? Time will tell. Time will tell. Certainly, I think the promise of really good innovation is there with Cardano. It's that academic approach. They're definitely trying to get things right. They're trying to do very smart contracts. Right? Not smart contracts for dummies, extra smart contracts. Smart contracts that wear glasses on top of their glasses. So they're definitely looking at the innovational areas. So that's very interesting. And brand loyalty, this is another thing where Apple was really able to smash it down. And it's a hard metric to judge in crypto because realistically I'm on like 5 blockchains right now, which can be a bit, yeah, sometimes. But I think that crypto's new enough and that we're still early enough in the crypto that brand loyalty isn't necessarily a major driving factor. I think that people are quite happy to experiment with different blockchains, that they're happy to go where fees are lower or rates are higher for DeFi or whatever it might be. So I think that right now we do have strong brand loyalty for Cardano, obviously. There's 650,000 staking addresses, I think, at the moment. So that's pretty impressive. Obviously, a lot of people who are super, super into Cardano, a massive community backing it, which has a massive amount of money that they can bring in to kickstart all these DeFi protocols, when we start seeing the DeFi protocols integrating, we see the sushi swaps of the world and stuff starting to come over to the Cardano blockchain as well. That'll let people access their favorite protocols, but on their preferred blockchain, which for a lot of people is going to be Cardano because they will have that brand loyalty. But again, hard metric to talk about in crypto, I think. Long story short, cryptocurrency, it's a new asset class. The long-term valuations are notoriously hard to nail down, right? But in a world of basically infinite inflation, we're probably all not bullish enough. Now, can Cardano rise to be the Apple of crypto? They got a lot of work ahead of them. Don't need to sugarcoat it. That's the reality, man. Smart contracts launching on September 12th, which is bullish, and I'm excited to see that. It's a really cool time for Cardano. But that is then the start of a new journey. Is a 25x price rise to match the market cap of Apple possible? Of course it is. Of course it is. I don't think 100x is a realistic target. I mean, I think that's some serious hopium bong smoking stuff right there. 25x, that is possible by the end of the decade. Again, we're talking about a brand new asset class, revolutionary technology, but Cardano's got to get its ducks in a row. It's got to, manifest that Apple vibe and get the users on board, get the DeFi total value locked up, get the wallet addresses growing in a massive way, etc., etc. Is Cardano up to the task? Very much potentially, but hey, we'll see. This is a long-term price prediction video, right? We'll see how it plays out in the future. But what do you think? Do you think a 25x price gain for Cardano is possible by the end of the decade? Or is that just a little bit too crazy? Another smart contract platform is going to step up and steal the show. ETH 2.0 is the real Ethereum killer. Maybe Solana is going to step up and eat Cardano's lunch. Curious to know your opinion down below in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.